Recently, we received in the mail a book by Sidik Fofana, a New York City teacher and published author. Although this was not his first publication, Sidik, then a student at the Timilty School in Roxbury, was on the cover of Volume 4 of The Courage of Boston's Children in 1995. His current book has received glowing reviews from the Wall Street Journal, Harper's Bazaar, the Boston Globe, the New York Times, and the Chicago Review of Books. Sidik Fofana earned a master's in fine arts from New York University. He lives with his wife and son in New York City. His note to us read as follows. Dear Max Courage, 27 years ago you published an essay I wrote in 6th grade about courage and put a photo of me on the cover of your anthology. I'm now all grown up and have published a book of my own that I would like you to have. I'm so happy to see your organization still making a tremendous impact, and Max's life continues to inspire me.
My middle school teacher was Miss DiMarzio, and she kind of stopped her curriculum to have us do this essay. And we learned about Max's story, and there was just a kind of solemn respect amongst our class, because he was, would have been not much older than us. So we stopped everything, we did the essay, and I remember the other kid who got accepted in that class, the other kid's essay, John Murphy, he was very energetic, but to put it blankly, he was kind of a behavior problem. The one assignment, that he really, really, really took serious. And I remember when, the winning essays were chosen, I remember there being like a shock there, being like, wow, he did the assignment and it was so good. It was so good. And he wrote about he witnessed the shooting, and he was like a witness. Yeah. And he talked to the cops and the media and whatnot. So I definitely remember that. And the other thing I remember is I had no idea how big this was. I remember there was a nice banquet for us, and we were treated real special. And I didn't know how big it was until I was back in the neighborhood, and the kids that I had written that essay about had read the essay from their other school, and they approached me and they were like, "You wrote about us." and at first I was like, "Oh my God, I really this is I just snitched." But then they just had this moment where they were like, "You snitched on us, but we respected that. We respect that you turned it into this." I remember that moment. So it's so cool to be reunited with such a great organization, a great mission statement. To be able to point back, not only to say I was a part of this, and it was such a great thing to experience, such a great curriculum to be part of, but then they'll also be able to say and it's still as stronger than it was in 1995. And I sent an email to Mrs. Warburg, and I told her, I said, my school is closed down, but Max Courage is still around, So it's really great, and it's such a shining, memorable moment in my life.
If you would like to read more about Sidik with links to his work, you can go to www.sidikfofana.com.